to the Durbin family. All right, today in Durbin Tactical, which is a part of Durbin family, we've got Adam Thurman. Okay, I've got a special guest, Adam Thurman, and Adam is nice. He was nice enough to bring out some really awesome firearms today. So today, I've got this 1939 German Luger. This is a Mauser, and what about it? It's got all matching numbers, right?
Yes, that's an all matching Luger.
I'm going to point it downrange real quick and make sure it's clear. So it's clear, okay? There's no magazine inserted, and I can't keep it to the rear. Nothing's in the chamber. Clear pistol. So tell them a little bit about this Mauser right here.
Like Chance was explaining, this is a 1939 produced Mauser made P08 Luger. The 42 code on the top right here is the German secret code for Mauser during World War II production. 1939 signifies the year it was made. On the left side of the receiver, there's this X mark, indicates that the Russians captured it at some point. And then the Russians did what they did with it for the next number of years. And at some point, on the bottom, you'll see there's an import mark here for our guns, which is based out of either North or South Carolina, and they had imported it a few years ago.
Now, what caliber is this? Is this chambered in there, Adam?
This gun is chambered in 9mm Luger. The 9mm Luger cartridge was developed for the Luger pistol and has now become one of the most popular cartridges in the entire world.
All right, so where do you think this pistol fits in on the spectrum of military pistols, military handguns?
As far as the
durability.
Based on the mud tests that some of the YouTubers have done, these guns are actually extremely reliable. They're a little bit finicky about the ammunition that they use, but once you get the proper load for it, these are very reliable.
And what do you mean about the ammunition? Are you talking about the power factor, maybe?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the Luger, it was correctly called the P08, was developed in 1908 by George Luger. It was adopted by a German military in 1908, and it served throughout World War I all the way up until the 1942 or 43 when it went out of production, and they started producing the P38s in their place. They were easier to manufacture, required less machining, and were cheaper to produce.
Okay, what does this mean right here? What does that say?
It's the German word for safe.
Well, how do you say it?
I don't speak.
Say it.
Yes, sir.
Say it. Okay. I don't know what he just said, but I think he said safety. And here at the Durbin family, safety first. I don't have a patch, but it should be right there if I had one. Safety first. All right. So here in a second, we're going to shoot this thing.
All this time, never needed to shout it. All this time, never needed to shine. All this time, couldn't live without it. All this time, all this time.
Okay, so another thing we have here is we have a 1911, okay? This is not just a regular 1911. This is a World War I 1911, isn't that right?
That's correct.
Adam?
It's produced in 1917.
Tell us a little bit about this.
So this is an actual Colt produced 1911, made in 1917. If you look right here on the frame, there's an eagle over, I believe it's 88 stamp, which is indicative of being proof marked by the military. There's also right here, it says United States property. On the top, you see the two-line Colt engraving.
Oh, wait. I don't want you guys getting onto us. We've already checked this weapon system. It is clear, but we'll check it again. There's no mag inserted. The slide is to the rear, and nothing's in the chamber. Okay, so continue.
All right. So this particular, since this is clear, we're going to show you a couple of features here. So this one has actually had a couple of the updates. It has the 1911 A1 style beaver tail. It has the updated hammer.
And what's updated about that hammer?
The hammer has been shortened or bobbed. It's a shorter style. The 1911s were prone to hammer bite when you were firing. You would bite the shooter's web of their hand. And then this one has a later 1911 A1 main trigger housing.
Well, if it has all these upgrades, what makes it still the A or the actual regular old
Okay,
1911?
so it does not have the cuts along the frame right here, which would be for the
Okay.
1911 A1. It still has the
1911.
1911 style sights instead of the little bit larger 1911 A1 style sights.
So you're telling me that the A1 sights are larger than these little bitty sights?
Slightly larger, yes.
Wow, okay.
The ejection port on a 1911 is actually is smaller than the 1911 A1. The 1911 A1's actually dipped down a little bit lower
Okay.
to give better ejection.
Now, what caliber is that 1911?
God's caliber, 45 ACP.
Thumbs up for Jesus, folks. So this is a 1911 in 45 ACP, World War I. This would be a World War II?
That's correct.
Is that right? Okay, so would they still be issuing these in World War II?
Yes, they were considered perfectly issuable out either way. They were interchangeable with the 1911 A1s.
Okay.
Most of the parts were interchange, so it's the same supply chain.
So,
Counting up the fence post on both sides of the road, following that yellow line.
now, I understand you'd probably choose that one because we're from the United States of America, but what would be the better choice in a war situation? Which one would you rather have? How many does that one hold?
This is 7 plus 1,
Okay, and this one?
8 plus 1.
Okay, so you got one more bullet over here, but
Going modern times right now, because
What-
so much of the world has adopted the 9mm Luger cartridge, ammo availability goes to that.
okay, so if this takes 8 and that takes 7, what's the grain bullet that we're shooting with this 9mm?
It'll take safely 115 to up to 124 grams.
So 115 grain bullet, and that dude right there,
I believe it's 250 grain bullet.
250 grain bullet.
750 feet per second.
230, 250, is it 230?
Okay, I'm sorry, 230.
The camera gets us jacked up. He knows his stuff, but the camera gets us jacked up. All right, so guess what? Guess what we're going to do? We got to shoot these guns.
Yes.
So let's shoot them. All right, what do you think?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, so I got an 8-round mag, 9mm. This is what the mag looks like. It kind of is reminiscent of a Ruger Mark II mag, but I'm sure they figured out how to make these mags from these actual German Luger mags. So that's where the design probably came from. All right, so it's just like loading any other pistol. Insert it in the rear. Now the action is up here. I've got to grab these two little knobs, and we're going to bring it back and let it go. And it's ready to rock. So let's back up a little bit. We'll go back out here to the 5-yard line. We'll take out that cue. Okay. Chambers back, bolts back, mag out, safety. It's a pretty good group. Pretty good group. Pretty happy with that. Cycled good. Felt recoil wasn't too bad. I'm gonna shoot that 1911. Like Tim the Tool Man. 230 grain bullet right there. I only have 7, but if you add up all these extra grains per bullet, I got more bullets. Same way, you load it. Got to make sure the safety's down. It's ready to rock. It's got a safety right here. I'm just going to stack them hopefully off that cube, so we'll see. All right, mag out. The slides to the rear. To tell you the truth, with as much grain of a bullet that is 230 grain 45 ACP, I really feel like the felt recoil on this one, man, it wasn't any worse than that for sure. So I gotta pick this one. I gotta pick the 1911. All right, the hell with the new 9mm. Everybody's shooting 9mm. I'm sure you can find some 45 ACP somewhere. I'm picking this, baby. God's caliber.